No, we're not live. We are live now. We're
Welcome
live.
to the
We're
late
live.
sesh.
We're live now.
We are live.
And
now.
Oh,
I just want to welcome everybody to the show. Hopefully, you are coming over from chilling with us on Medical Mondays. And
It's a good time.
that was a good time.
I'm still in Medical Mondays chat. Hold on here.
You gotta pull, yeah, man.
Yeah, it was
We'll
super.
get there.
It was
What's
super
going
cool
on,
to
everybody?
be hanging out
Welcome.
in chat and watching you guys. It's cool.
I can mute myself over here.
Let me know if my mic is either on or off. I've been having
You're
issues.
good.
Your mic is on.
Okay.
Got a hot mic, baby.
Mic is on.
Hot mic. No, we just came from over there with doing a show with them. I think it's really rad. And like I was saying, when I went on that show at first, that it's awesome that we have two shows on Monday that you can unwind from your first day back at work. While showing me love with my favorite fucking reaction image guy there. I actually looked that video up. I actually know what that is. They have a video on YouTube of that dude. And it has the subtitles underneath it. So it's all about some kind of, I can't remember.
It just has to process, I think.
All right.
Chat, if you are tuning in, if you see the tab at the top, go ahead and hit top chat. Live chat gives you a better experience with us. You get to hang out live with the chat. It's pretty fun. And everybody
Hang
gets
out
to
live with the chat.
Yeah, hang out and stuff. Dude, that top thing is crazy, man. You miss
It works.
you,
Yeah,
you
man.
get to miss a whole bunch of
Yeah, but you
bunch
only
of
get
censorship.
the best content.
you only get the top. You only get the top.
Top chat is only useful when you have when you're way more popular than us, and it's like
Yeah.
Yeah, like your name gets highlighted all the time.
I just
People are
want to
shouting you
say,
out.
I want to say cheers to chat because a lot of the names that are scrolling by stop through over on, Medical Mondays. And
Medical
they were
Mondays.
showing love in the chat over there. So I see you, Fresh Cut and Tara.
Oh, hold on here. We got Beardman Farms is asking for some help here. It requires some help from you all. I'm losing the battle to these damn mites.
Of the spider variety?
My first question and most important question is, what stage in growth are you? Are you veg or flower? Because that's going to be the difference in how to treat those things. And what kind of mites, that would be helpful too. But
He did say spider mites earlier.
okay, spider mites. Yeah, just let me know, Beardman, where you are. Are you in veg or are you in flower? Oh, Medical Mondays is in the chat. What's up, guys? Medical Mondays, shout out to you.
Come on in.
Yeah, that was a great time, man. Getting to hang out with those guys, being a part of their experience, just the same. Getting to see some of their followers in their chat and hopefully meeting them as well.
Hey,
It was
Beardman
great
Farms.
Sorry, man.
The answer, he's 4 weeks into flower. It's like one of the worst answers you could have gave me.
That is, yeah, that's prime time.
So the only thing you have to fight those is
Start to flush.
Shop back, dude.
Yeah, so physical means you can't really do anything else.
Shop back and start to flush.
Shot vac, or you could just go in. Even if you don't have the shot vac, you could
Start to flush. I love it.
you can go in with like some kind of a bag, like a garbage bag. The only thing you have. Oh, we got feedback. There we go. And then
Sorry.
and then physically use something like something small, like like a Q-tip or a dab tool would probably work good, and like physically pull off any webbing, get all the webbing off, because if you remove the webbing of a spider mech attack, they will concentrate on re-putting that webbing up, because what it is, it's just like a fucking spider. It's using that web to get around the stickiness of the trichomes. So if you remove that webbing, instead of it fucking around with your plants, it's going to just put more webbing out. So it's going to be a pain in your fucking ass, but you can save your genetics if it's something you needed to do, or your harvest. Just go in there every single day. And the first thing I would do too, you're in week 4, I would strip every family. Any leaf that has a longer stem, longer than my pinky. Take every one of those families off, the big families, every single one.
Banana for scale.
For every one of those leaves that you take off, you're probably removing 100 to 200 spider mite eggs if you're seeing spider mite webbing and stuff like that. So just pull off every fucking fan leaf. It's going to make your plant not drink as much, so be prepared for that. So like if you're watering every other day, you might have to water, have another day where you're not watering in between there, give it an extra day to dry out, because without that many leaves, it's going to transpire less, which means it's going to drink less. But yeah, man, if you're 4 weeks in flower and you get spider mites, that's really all you can do is just like physically
work it every day. Yeah.
Pull them off. Yeah. You can't spray that late. You can't spray anything.
Cheers, Berg. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Waiting for Roche. Yeah, I'm pretty high, man.
It's good.
Question I didn't get to ask you was, can you hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Very good.
Yep.
What's a strain that you grew before that you lost that you wish you could get back?
Grapefruit diesel.
Yeah.
Or there was another one that I got at the Dispo on 8 Mile, and it was called, oh shit, what the fuck was it? It was called Silver Grape. Yeah, Silver Grape. And what it was a cross between Super Silver Haze and Grape Ape.
Wow.
And it was fucking phenomenal, man. And because I just couldn't get that one to clone, I was shitty back then. That was in those early days when, not doing so well with it. So live and learn. A lot of good shit has gone through my fingers, man. Slipped right through.
My answer to that, and I think I might have said it before, I can't remember if I've talked about it before or not, but that really, I had a really dark purple strain with like almost the neon orange pistils on it when it was done. So you'd get it out of the bag and it'd be like dark purple with neon, like bright orange hairs on it. And if you let it cure in the jar for about a month, it would smell just like buttered popcorn. It was fucking shit. It was super narcotic weed. It would make me like real sleepy all the time. So I always saved it for at night. What the hell? It was called, it was Viper City OG from Moxie Seeds. And I don't think they even sell it anymore. I haven't seen it anywhere. But if I came across those seeds again, I would be buying the fuck out of them.
I've had Viper Cookie. But...
Yeah, Viper Cookies. I've smoked that before. That's good shit.
Agreed.
They made a strain. They made a cross after that Viper City. They crossed that to Gorilla Glue 4, and they called it Snake Venom. And I haven't tried that yet either.
I just want to take a moment to welcome Berg and Roach, both hosts of the Medical Mondays podcast. No, dude. You know when you hit the joint afterwards and you get that bite in your mouth?
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to be clever.
I'm on joint number 4, fellas.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. That's late sesh worthy. But we went over to their show, and
I'm already like 2 or 3 deep right now.
Dude, they're just
two deep.
Good shit, man. I had a good time over there. I really appreciate y'all.
I did like a 1/4 gram dab during the Medical Mondays show, and I got fucking blazed out. That's okay. I'm not hosting this, so I can just get really high.
Just get real high and fucking do it.
Chill with you guys. That's good.
I just fucking get high and don't bitch about it. I don't know what the fuck you guys are bitching about.
Hey, Spartan. Boy.
I miss the most that I got rid of accidentally was Chernobyl, and that thing was super lime. I loved it, and I wish I could have grown it out of my production facility and really seen what I could have done, what I could get out of it, man, because it was relaxing and stimulating all at the same time. Great stuff.
So the question is, what don't you have that you wish you still did?
Man, for me, I'm on a hunt for like that skunk from the 90s.
I have skunk one now, and it's not the skunk from the 90s.
What you want is your best bet is Dominion Seed Company. Duke Diamond is the breeder. Dominion Seed Company. He's working with that skunk. He's got, I think,
Roadkill, Granny.
across is that Granny. I've also heard really good things about his Munson strain. Who was our Rascal Farmer is talking that one up.
I will say, Roach, of everyone that answers that question, it seems like 60% say skunk.
Yeah.
You know, all the old school smokers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That early '90s skunk was fucking retarded crazy.
Yeah. And see, what I have is more of like the Sweet Island skunk kind of terp. It yields like a motherfucker. It's super hairy, but it's just not
Super hairy.
the one, man.
And that's why I
agree.
smoke Rainbow Driver and Flow so much, because they're as close to skunk as I can get right now.
Lost Farms knows. From the 80s.
I was telling Sequence before the show came in that I'm getting so stoked. It's about halfway through flower right now, Sour Diesel. Shout out to M2 for passing that to me, but it's smelling so I mean, it smells just like, Sour Diesel. I just can't wait for that fucking thing. You know what I mean? I'm going to give it all the time it needs, but this one's testing my patience, man. I want to cut it right now and smoke it right now.
How many days are you going to run it?
Whenever you're ready to smoke it, you got to share it with me for sure.
I will.
He
I will.
shares
It
everything
looks like,
with the crew, man.
dude, it looks like it's going to yield good, too. It looks like I'm going to get a really good yield off of it. And
Oh yeah.
I'm going to take it as long as it's, you know me, I'll take it. I'll probably take it longer than it needs to go the first round. Usually. I don't put numbers on it, dude. I just look at it. And when it's good, then I'll cut it down. I can afford to do that at home. At work, not a thing. It's not a schedule. It's actually kind of cool. And I don't know. They haven't told me I can't talk about this. So I thought it was really interesting and really genius the way they have it set up. So we have we have kind of like at some home settings where you have the veg room and flower rooms. We have that same kind of setup. Our flower rooms are planned for the year for harvests of 77 days. So 11 weeks. Now, we don't grow everything 11 weeks. Obviously some strains finish before that. So what we do with those weeks is like those strains that finish earlier, we'll put them down into the flower room on schedule, but we'll just keep it on on veg cycle and veg them down there in the flower room. And then flip it, and then we still get the right amount of flower in that same flower room. The cool thing about that is then we can take strains like the GMO we grow 77 fucking days. Who else commercially is growing 77-day varieties, and taking them the full amount? Not very many. But so, yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of a secret of Incanico right there, is that, that's one of our secrets, is we got that kind of schedule where we can kind of it's floating. We can take it, we can let the plant go for as long as it has to go to be finished. Sometimes if you run into issues, the plants will go, anytime. So you start out with a perfect grow. Anytime you run into a problem that's like, one step backwards. Well, sometimes that one step backwards is just, you got to take another day longer in flower. So, it's one of those things that gives you a little bit of wiggle room if you do stumble. You know what I mean? You still have time, and you're not, if you have it, you don't understand, but we have for the year, we have our harvest planned out. So there's not a lot of wiggle room when it comes to, we got to, you've got another crop behind it that's got that spot. So, so yeah, that's probably one of our best things, is to give you that wiggle room and to let the flowers finish. That's one of the things I think that the intermediate grower, like the person who's not the beginner grower, but he's not the expert, or she's not the expert grower yet, I think that's one of their biggest mistakes, is just not flowering, taking it either long enough or short enough. It's just like timing the harvest, figuring out when's the best time to harvest this thing, because so many people will either read the back of the seed package and think that's what it says this many days, that's what it is. No, every single plant, each one of these is its own thing, its own living thing. It's going to progress at its own rate. You just got to learn to read the plant.
Well, let me ask you a question, Berg. What's your favorite thing to smoke?
Man, I mean, I personally call it like the combo packs. Like, I love gas, but I love fruit as well. Like, there used to be this fucking sour grape back in the day I used to get, and it was like sour diesel and grape stomper.
Oof.
Was it Roach? I forget which. I just knew some guy that grew some fucking fire ass weed, and I personally like, and that lung candy by Moto Rebel or something. I don't know. I knew this guy that grew some fucking lung candy that was phenomenal too.
It's a fucking awesome name, lung candy.
And it was strawberry diesel times strawberry cough.
Oof, double strawberry.
Like strawberry diesel.
With some gas.
Oh yeah, I heard you talking about that one over on your show earlier.
Yeah.
That sounds good, man. A lot of strawberry in that.
We did the 2020 Mendocino grow off this year, and what we worked with was a pineapple Thai crossed with a sour strawberry D that they had. And so when those grew out, there were some real strawberry leaners, and I'd love to give a shout out to Abolished in the chat. He had one that tastes like those strawberry cream savers, the Lifesaver things.
What?
Those, oh my God, it was phenomenal.
I saved a cola. This is the tip of it left.
Oh, you got it? Oh,
I got
fucker.
I was just telling Sequence I was smoking it today. I said it's so fucking old, but it's still fucking good.
Yeah, man. She's a pretty
That's
one.
what I love. Good strawberry. I love good strawberry, or at least something on the berry scale. Is raspberry, blue, yeah, blueberry even, but like more on like that strawberry, that red berry scale.
I think you just
I've
stole the
never-
crown from me for the oldest weed, man. I think you got me.
That's the one time, dude. One time I saved one thing.
One time.
You got a collection over there, man.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of good weed. I usually go for indicas and whatnot, but I want to say, do you remember that guy we had on the show, Old Head Todd, and he had that red
Red
Fago?
pop. Red pop.
Red
Yeah,
Pop, yeah.
Yes.
That's a big
Yeah.
money cut.
It's been around too.
Yep.
Are you guys familiar with Old Head Todd?
I'm not familiar with him, but I've heard of that cut.
Okay, so man, that shit was crazy because one of our sponsors, Michigan Turf Farms, he's got a dirty Sprite, and just like the dirty Sprite, it gets like in your nose, like it's fizzy. I don't know what terp that is or what aspect of the plant causes that to happen, but man,
It's the Alka-Seltzer.
That's
that
cool,
is,
man. That's interesting. I haven't experienced that, so that would be something cool. That'd be something new for me.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's- hell yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dirty Sprite right here, it does it.
Yeah.
But
Super fire.
but that red pop,
That's what I got right here.
that was a pretty good fucking shit. But really, man, I want to say the last weed that I was really like out there trying to get was some stuff. I don't know what your show is like, if I can cuss or not.
Yeah,
but-
well,
Yeah,
let
man.
it fly, man.
Go
You're
ahead.
good. Be fine.
well, it was called Wet Pussy,
All right.
Didn't get it.
and man, that it was pretty fucking gassy. It was just really, really smelly, and just like pedal to the floor gas.
That's one thing I miss is gas. It used to be so common, and now it's like when it's becoming like the new skunk thing, you know, where people are like, is that the real gas? That's real deep, you know.
You guys already know what I'll say on that one. What do you think I'm going to say? What's my right now? What do I want to smoke?
You want to smoke Mac?
Mac One, man. I love that shit. I'm all about that Mac One, man. I don't care how hype anybody wants to say it is. Fucking that is my medicine, and it's fucking the flavor. I think is I've yet to have weed that I thought tasted better.
I'm a good
What
lemon
is
lime.
it that puts Mac over the edge for you?
Dude, it's the combo because it's got all of the things. So it's got the bag appeal. That's what Mac kind of got famous for. Mac One, I'm talking about. Not I got Caps Cut, but I found it. We've done it when we grew it at work. At work, we grow synthetically with in cocoa and can of nutrients, and even there, so I'm not shitting on that way, saying organic's better, but at home in organics, when I really bring out the berries come out of that Mac One, and it's most of the berry stuff that you smoke is like almost sickly sweet too, and this one doesn't have all that sweetness to it. It's just like that berries, and then you get that earthy dankness behind it, And so the flavor, I really does it for me. It's like, I really believe that our minds, they say that the nose is your sense of smell is the strongest sense attached to your memories. So I think that when you smell shit when you smell something, even if it's brand new, and if you like that smell, because some things that if the weed smells like it, if you were smell it something else, you think it would be disgusting. Like you get that baby diaper smell that some people really love, like abolished.
Or skunk, right?
Yeah, or skunk. But I think that's that person's biology, smelling it and recognizing the terpene in that weed that they know will help them.
Yeah, I'm a Toucan Sam believer on that one. I've always been able to, I don't worry about what the name of it is. I just open the jar and sniff it every time. And if you hand me a joint, I'm going to dry hit it. You know what I mean? If I grind some weed, I'm going to stick my nose in it every time. It's not just like part of the whole ritual of it all. It's that like it prepares you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can open that grinder and it will blast you in the face like citrus. When you have real citrus in your grinder or in a jar and you open that up, it blasts you in the face with a smile, man. Nobody frowns and opens a jar and like frowns into some fucking citrus weed. It just doesn't.
Yeah, and citrus weed always makes me happy too. It's like that effect. Isn't that weird? I don't know, dude. And yeah, and so for
terpenes,
me,
man, terpenes.
Yeah, that's what it is. That smell is just amazing.
Limonene.
Yeah, I mean, I've always searched for some lemon without the haze, you know.
Oh.
I'm not a big fan of haze, but I love lemon, you know. And I've had like lemon lime type weed, like, you know, key lime pie and stuff like that. That was phenomenal.
Relaxing for me.
Yeah.
Takes anxiety away. Specifically the lime. Lemon is pretty powerful for me. It's still soothing. It's nice. It's still relaxing.
You know what I've noticed, and I don't know, maybe you guys can give me some insight from a grower perspective. What happened to all the alien and cheese strains? Did they just get renamed?
Good question.
Well, Mac, is that an alien? Isn't that Miracle Alien Cookies?
Yeah, it's Miracle Alien Cookies. Yep.
Yeah.
So I think part of the thing is like hype names definitely go in phases, right?
Oh,
so you got like fruit names or like whatever runts and blah blah blah.
That's the one. If I had to pick one thing that's kind of like a fad or a tradition, maybe that's starting is naming things after other established brands. Why? Why do we have to do that shit? It's just fucking making us look like such shit. Like we can't fucking come up with a name. We got to name bite everybody else. Come on. I hate that shit. But it does help when it's describing the flavor. I'm with it. You know what I mean? Because this tastes like that. You know what I mean? Then okay, cool, whatever. But
only Red Setter Farm knows what an alien tastes like.
And the shit that comes out of a stem.
There it goes. Back to last night's show.
I think there's a such thing as like a cannabis equivalent of a sommelier where you can just like swish it around and just be like, oh, you know, that's from such and such valley and such and such year.
I can definitely do it with my strains. Like I know what all the ones that I grow smell like for sure, even if they're not labeled.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of never labeling anything, and anytime someone's trying to help me trim or anything, like, what's this? What's that? Here, let me give it the sniff test, and everything's just the look and.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I have several jars of Skunk One that are like that. Like some of it's probably Skunk One, and some of it's something else. I don't know.
Well, you know, I had a question. I didn't get to ask you on our show, but I was interested to know. I mean, you guys obviously grow your own stuff and you're pretty, I'm going to assume, happy with it. But is there anybody that you like, you got to get some of that stuff? I hope you're not going to say something like cookies or anything like that.
No.
No, my.
But are there any like local growers or, you know, more well-known growers or producers that you're a fan of that, given the opportunity, you're definitely going to get some of that flower?
When it comes to concentrates, I do. I really like a lot of the flavors that for a girl he works with. We were talking about lime earlier, and a few years ago he made a mix of it was a lime and grapefruit, which I think was his lime skunk, and the grapefruit was probably some Durban or something, or I don't know, grapefruit haze. Anyway, it was like super, super energetic and shit, man. So, I like that. I like Dab Smith's. I've had some of his flour. Shout out to him. He had some, I think it was ice cream cake that I got off of him at Holmes Dab House when he had a table set up there. So, other than that, it's, you know, a lot of it is I would get it at certain dispensaries on 8 Mile, and I wasn't really sure whose shit it was.
Yeah, I would agree with Scobo. The only thing that I'll go out of my way to buy is concentrates from like Yeti Stash is very local to me, or Dab Smiths, of course. But as far as flour goes, I don't know if you can get better flour than what like all of us grow. We just don't have all the equipment to make all the extracts necessarily. So I'll go to the pros for that stuff and stick with our flour. But I'm always happy to smoke other people's flour if they bring it over or whatever.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say there. Is like, you know, we built such, I mean, the show is a show, but it's a big thing beyond that. We're all a circle of friends. And as we build the show, we just got our friends get more and more and more. And so it's like, now it's to the point to where we just got a great tight circle of friends that we're never out of weed. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's growing and everybody is helping each other grow as growers to be better. You know what I'm saying? We're all helping each other get better. And so like most of the weed, if it's something that I'm not growing myself, it's one of my friends is growing it. You know what I mean? And I'm going to them. And then I'm also blessed enough to grow in an industry. My fucking job is to go. I'm a fucking grower at Mint Canico. So I go out there and that's what I do every fucking day. And part of that is on the rec side, they allow us to get like things like an eighth.
Oh yeah, I see.
So it's like we get fucking quality control fucking weed. I get to bring that home too. So I don't go to dispensaries is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's all just friends or it's through work. You know,
they all grow better weed than I do, man. So
mean,
for me, it's a treat. It's a treat for me to smoke their stuff, to be honest with you. And then we have a lot of fans of the show that started off as just being fans of the show, and they've become our friends. Like you've seen in the other show, Tara Wilson. And she's become a personal friend of ours. You know what I mean? And
she comes and helps me at the greenhouse every week.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. You know.
Oh yeah.
They're just good people.
She's gonna cook chili for us next weekend.
Bert wanted some of that chili too. Got to cut him in or cut it out.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
We meet up like once a month, and we'll trade flour or whatever. We'll be like, oh, you've got the sour melon. The Bausch really likes that one, and he might have something that I like, and we'll go.
Then if I really like it, then I can ask him for a cut. You know what I mean? And then I can start running that in my garden because I know what I'm shooting for is what they're doing. And that's going to help me dial in what I need to do. I can take the tips from them on, hey, is this thing a CalMag or does this thing, cower from the light or whatever. So it's growers helping other growers, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what we really base the whole show on. It's just networking with people. And, for me, I've just wanted to smoke everybody's shit everywhere. Oh, you have something I've never heard of that before? Let me try that, Because I hate it when somebody talks in a show about some shit that I haven't tried and they're gushing about it. And I'm like, damn. Now, see, fellas, you guys get all kinds of primo smoke that I don't get. So, that's awesome.
Yeah, if I could recommend, I'd say out of our circle, like if we were all out of cannabis, none of us could source from each other, and we had to recommend something to go to like a provisioning center, I'd have to recommend Canico. I'd recommend Mint Canico. I'd recommend my homies at Beaverton Farms. I'd recommend True North. I'd recommend probably Apothecary out of Ann Arbor. I guess they're running stuff organic, and they got a Jack Hare that's pretty fire.
West still like that strain.
Try it out. But yeah, man, Mint Canico's fire on the shelf, dude. Flies off the shelf.
Solo Burger is great.
True North. True North smoked the GMO, dude. It's fire.
I've never seen somebody consistently test as high as they do.
Well, dang, man.
They're insane.
That's not in the numbers though. That's just in the flavor palette and the experience. Even if I didn't have paperwork saying, you know, a pedigree on this shit, you would still go, this is some fire ass smoke right here, man.
I mean, I've walked through there, so yeah, I'm a little bit biased, but dang.
It made me more impressed because I seen how well it was being done. You know, when I was talking about when, you know, on the other show, they were asking me how I water my bed, and I said it was Netafim sprayers. That was because when we walked through there and I seen them in operation at Mitten Canico, I was like, holy shit, these are sweet, man. So then Spartan asked Matt, who owns it, what they were. And so Sequence runs them in the greenhouse. I run them in my bed. Super easy.
Well,
so
they're
sharing
old,
of information, you know what I mean?
old caregiver operations, you know, like Mitten Canico. I mean, they're caregiver based, you know, Beaverton Farms, they're caregiver based. I'm not sure about True North or Apothecary, but you know, what I recommend is definitely always caregiver based. And they just are good enough to get licensed, you know.
I don't want to change the subject, but thank you guys for all the praise. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But I was a little distracted in chat, and I'm sure it's just they didn't know. But I want to just a little. I got a chance to educate real quick. Del Mon in chat was asking for a Mac 1 cut, and I'm a little different. I'm old school, so the old. And maybe you don't know this, but the whole idea on the Mac 1 when Calculator the breeder bred that plant and realized it's kind of a tough plant to grow. It's not a beginner plant for one. And because of that, he didn't want it to just get out to everyone and just be bastardized and be called a shit strain because there wasn't growers that were good enough to grow the thing, because it is kind of challenging in veg. And so before he ever passed it to anybody, he passed it on the stipulation that I'm giving you this cut because I think that you're a good enough grower to be able to handle it and be able to grow it well. I don't care if you pass it to somebody else, but you have to pass it to somebody that you respect as a grower because I want it treated right. So that's kind of the legend behind the cut. So for someone to get a Mac 1 cut, you'd have to know somebody, and then you respect them as a grower, then you pass them the cut. So that's how that goes. Now, I'm not saying that the Mac 1 isn't sold all over the damn place. 100% it is. I'm just not one of those people. So those are my feelings on the cut, on Mac 1 cut. And I'm not calling you out in chat and saying you specifically, but I just wanted to, it just reminded me when I saw that, because I see a lot of people selling the cut and that always gets under my skin. So I just wanted one more chance to make sure everybody knows the story, because I'm sure a lot of people don't.
True that.
Yeah, it's good for ethics. You know, I wanted to ask Berg and Roach if either of you guys have ever dabbled into growing ever in your past or recently, not like Prop 1 or anything.
Nah. I had one fucking plant back in the day, but I mean, I ended up cutting it down. This is way back fucking, man, what year do you think it was, Roach?
Man, it had to have been 98. 97,
yeah,
98.
It was it was a couple years after I graduated. I ended up, whatever. Anyways, some fucking seeds ended up popping right up by my fucking gas meter. So I ended up transplanting them. Only one of them lived. It got up to probably three, I don't know. What do you think, Roach? 3.5, 4 feet before that fucker stepped on it? Some guy fucking stepped on my shit, looking at the roof, giving me an estimate. Bruh. Anyways, I ended up wrapping a fucking blunt leaf around it and fucking put what was it, a hanger? I want to say it was just a regular hanger, and fucking tied it up with the string. I thought that bitch was dead for 2 weeks. And then that bitch just fucking boomed. It was fucking crazy. It got fucking, what? It was over the 6-foot privacy fence. So what?
Right. Yeah, man. You get ultimate credit for using a blunt wrap to fix a fucking plant.
Oh, bro. It let it breathe and all that shit, whatever.
Thank God.
I was gonna wrap it in it anyway,
Good point. Just preparing for later.
So, as far as I'm concerned, man, I tried to grow once, like probably even earlier than Berg, and it was completely amateur. I don't think it would have made it to fruition. But I woke up in the middle of the night and had to go to the bathroom, and I like completely knocked over whatever I had thrown together. So it wasn't shit, man. But I recently this year, I want to say in February, I popped some seeds. I want to say shout out to Chef Anna with the pot. I don't know if you guys follow him.
Oh yeah, he's been on.
He's been on our show before.
But he makes it look so damn easy. And a strain that I really was a fan of, I could no longer get. So it was like two things. So I popped some skunk seeds, like skunk #1, and some Ceres skunk, and the strain that I couldn't get anymore, which was a CBD strain called Peach Puree. And I ended up like moving and doing all kind of stuff. And I want to say I started out with like 10 plants. I didn't even make it to 12. I had 10 of all, mixed up of those strains. And in the end, only a few of them made it. Like I want to say 3. And they were in veg for so long, and I really didn't do what you need to do to grow weeds seriously. So I kind of renamed them Mother's Love, because Mother Nature grew that shit, not me. Like I started off indoors, and I ended up putting them outdoor. So like they were just doing like all kinds of crazy shit because they were not on any particular schedule. And even though they all got popped the same, like they all did something crazy, because the CBD one, the Peach Puree, that was the first one that like got mature. And it was pretty good for the flavor. I feel like the terp and all of that I was looking for came through.
It was decent. You let me smoke some of it. So.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been friends for?
6. Well, we've known each other. Friends?
He's like, we're not friends now,
man. We've known
man.
each other a lot longer.
We've known each other for a long
I guess
time.
I should have went the easy route, didn't I?
Yeah, we've known each other a long time, but we became friends like after high school. But we've known each other since 6th grade.
Shit. Okay. Oh, geez. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some OG stuff for sure.
That's fucking awesome, man. That's fucking cool.
No, but weed brought us together, like straight up. Like,
bro, we brings us
what it
all
was.
together, man.
I didn't know we were going to his apartment. I was with my other boy, and then we showed up to his apartment. He opened the door. I'm like, oh fucking boy, whatever.
Good road show.
And then we ended up smoking a fat blunt. And shit.
The rest was history.
We had beef in middle school, and we were like talking shit about it over the blunt, and it just was like it seemed so petty,
silly. Yeah, man, exactly.
And man, we ended up being really good friends, and me personally, I felt like it was pretty cool because like we got the bullshit out the way. in our friendship. So like now when we got a problem with
Fuck
each other,
that bitch. Like,
yeah,
Easy, dude. Yeah, easy.
exactly. That shit's on the surface, and we can just move forward, man.
Just get
Yeah, shout out to Bergman, one of my closest friends.
That's
Telling you,
awesome.
cannabis is a uniter. It's not really a divider, man.
Yeah, I've said
Okay.
this, that's what I always try to say to people that are negative on cannabis, and it's like it's so hard to describe to somebody who's never experienced the community aspect of cannabis. So somebody who's it's like, how do you describe a sunset to somebody who's never seen a sunset? How do you describe, whatever? How do you describe fucking standing on top of a fucking mountain and seeing the world? It seems like, you can't describe that shit. And that's what I feel like with cannabis. You know what I mean? You can't describe it.
Man, I can tell you what a CBD isolate dab feels like. It feels like you're being held against your mother's breast as a child and rocked to sleep.
I was gonna say pillows. I was gonna be like, it's like fucking getting fucking hit with. It's just like pillows all around you.
Exactly.
Dude, I've used that shit before when I've gotten too fucking high, man. That shit's a good way to fucking put the air brakes on some paranoia for sure.
I think it was Skilbo gave me
It
my
was.
very first CBD dab over at Old Man's house.
An old man's house, right, man?
Yeah, no. Not too long ago, man, me and Berg used to do some shit. What was it? The 3D dabs, Berg? You remember that shit?
Looks like he does.
So we would get like 3 different kinds of dabs and 3 different strains, and CBD would always be in there. And man, it would be so chill. We would get blasted, but still be able to remain lucid at the same time.
Yeah.
So I have a machine that I can run alcohol extraction. So I use alcohol to wash basically my trim, and I make RSO. Well, FSO is what I call it. And shout out to Abolish Farms. He bought some CBD hemp online. You got it for what was it, guys? It was super cheap.
It's like $30. It's like $30 for an ounce.
And it came with tests and everything. It told you CBD
CBG.
content.
CBG.
Yeah, CBG. So anyway, so $30 ounces. We just broke that shit up and I did a wash with it, right? And made some CBD all CBD and CB, was it G or N, or I can't remember what it was. But basically it was a CBD RSO. I still have some of that. And then anytime I get, that's like my shit. Like if I ever get to where I feel like I'm getting too high, usually would have to take some kind of edible. And then I can just go take a little bit of that and it'll just level me out, man.
Oh yeah, man. That's put definitely deep in the medicine cabinet. Because you don't need much of it either.
Well, I was just so stoked that it was so cheap to get. I mean, I don't have to grow a CBD plant. I can buy it for $30 an ounce. I'm not gonna. If I can buy it for $30 an ounce tested, why
Exactly.
So is an ounce enough of a wash for that machine for you to be able to get one decent, say like one of these bad dogs right here?
Yeah, I think I got probably about what you just held up. Like it wasn't full, but it was about what you just held up.
Well, I do use it from time to time myself, so that's why she's not full anymore.
Dude, I already took mine, so it should be kicking in anytime. I got one not too far.
You guys ever try any of that? The oil?
Yeah, I've tried RSO. I kind of did a thing on the show where I was, trying to see the experience, what it was like to be on a RSO regimen. And after 2 weeks, I could pretty much handle it, but it's still the amount of art. I don't think I did it right. I was doing too much, man, and in the wrong way. In hindsight, because my stomach would just be so swishy and oily. It felt like there was always like this layer of RSO sitting on top of my stomach.
Every time you burp, you taste RSO.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be terrible.
Always taste it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite medicine, dude. I only take it usually at night, but I'll take it, usually around 9 o'clock so that I can sleep through the night, and get up in the morning and not have like a weed hangover.
Definitely
So,
my
what is
headache
your
medicine.
guys' like favorite method of consumption?
Joints.
All of the above.
I got a shit ton of glass and all kinds of accoutrements and shit, but at the end of the day, I just smoke a shit ton of joints.
Yeah.
So I love smoking. Okay, if it's a strain I just grew for the very first time and I haven't experienced it at all, I want a fucking joint because I think I get the best taste out of a fucking joint. For me, I'm weird, whatever. I think the joint is the best fucking flavor, and I want it. That's why I smoke, honestly, because
Try hit first.
I don't really get very high from smoking. I can fucking smoke. I usually every Sunday on camera I smoke for fucking 4 hours straight. But so it's got to taste good. You know what I mean? That's what I'm really after. But so for me, it's a combination thing. It's like I like to do the RSO edible, and that gives me a baseline. I can go by weight to dose it, and that way I don't overdo it or underdo it. So I can just give me like a baseline level of high with the RSO, and then I can top it off with smoking. And that's what really is my favorite. That's what I do on the daily. That's what I do every night. It's like a nightly ritual. It gets me so relaxed, and I just sleep so good.
Zombified. Oof it.
Yeah, no doubt. It's like I get a craving for everything. Like throughout the day, I might really just want to like hit like a little bowl or a water bomb, or smoke a joint, or smoke a blunt, or smoke a backwood. I really don't have a preference, although I do smoke a shitload of backwoods. I will say that.
And what you rolled earlier was nice, man. It was Bucks Club.
I'd say as an ex-cigarette smoker, I prefer joints, like socially, definitely. More like all the time, I prefer joints. If I'm trying out a strain that I just grew, or if I just picked it up, I like to hit it in a nice clean piece of glass, and really
Right.
Clean.
get the flavor off of it with it, but just like hit that flash point so that I can it fully dicarboxylates and I fully get like ripped in the head and get the whole experience off of it. I'd have to say after that, I'll probably try to roll it in a joint and catch the experience off of that. I love getting a good dry pull on a joint too, before you light it. I really enjoy that flavor, catching just the essence of the cannabis, I enjoy breaking down weed just to roll up. I enjoy that whole experience as well. That's a big reason I like joints. I don't really smoke blunts anymore, only because I don't do nicotine. But I enjoy a good king palm roll or something like that, or even like a hemp roll.
Yeah.
A good fatty. I'll roll up. I really enjoy the experience of breaking it down. Pulling the stems out and making sure it's ground fine enough to smoke clean, without running or anything, and rolling it up properly so it doesn't run. And it's a great experience for me. I enjoy rolling them up.
There's
Yeah,
an
it's
art to the
excellent.
perfect joint, man. Yeah.
Now, we are talking about methods of consumption, and we are coming up on the hour. So in 11 more minutes, our time, it will be hash time. And Berg Roach, what we do on the show is at our hour points, we like to have a community smoke. So if you have any kind of concentrate or hash or something like that, or even if you can just roll a joint and get down and burn with us. I see you with that beautiful puff coat. What do you think about that?
He's ready for hash time.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you're asking Roach about preferred methods, and I agree with you. I don't really have
Here,
a super preferred
I
one.
got some Midnight from Michigan Turp Farms. And if you want to see it, this is the flower right here.
Super purple.
Yeah.
You're speaking Red's language now.
Yeah, I'm getting close, trying to get a good eye on it.
Yeah, well, how close are any of you guys to Detroit?
An hour away.
I'm in Jackson.
I'm far.
No, I always go down.
I'm not very far.
I always used to go down to 8 Mile and go to all the dispensaries along there. So
Okay, wait a minute. Who said they're not very far? Was that Red Setter?
Yeah, I'm in the Ypsi area, but I go through Detroit a few days a week now. I've been working in
I'm in the
Hazel Park.
downriver area.
And do you see the other guys from the show? Do you run into them throughout the week?
No, not typically. I typically commute throughout the week back and forth between the Irish Hills area, and now it's between Hazel Park and Irish Hills pretty much.
Okay.
Our
Yeah,
next meetup will be for Thanksgiving.
yeah, man, that's in about 3 weeks.
I got a chance to see these guys a good couple times over the summer, so that was nice. But I wish it was more. You know.
Well, Skilbo said that he thought that we had access to all kinds of fire ass chronic, and to a certain degree, he's right. But we don't try to just keep it to ourselves. We do a hell of a lot of giveaways. So if you guys want, man, we'd be willing to give away something to your viewers, and maybe get something to you guys too. Shit.
I mean, who can say no to that? That just sounds like sound reasoning to me.
Yeah, man, I'm down. I was
like
just
saw that
talking
too.
earlier about how I can never turn down a joint.
Exactly. Oh, that's fucking badass, dude. That's.
I'm totally down to toss some.
How do you guys want to handle your giveaway?
Let's see. You guys got a pretty bumping chat here.
Here's to the 138 chilling with us right now. I hope your night is going well and you are enjoying the content, and definitely Berg and Roach on here.
Because you have to be in Michigan for this to make it legal.
Well, since my secondary device is down at the moment, I'll let Berg pick the question just so that he can have the answer there.
For everybody in here. Oh man.
Yeah, and I'm gonna watch the chat. I'm gonna sit back here. I'm gonna fire up some of this midnight.
Everybody's gonna be able to look this up on Google, though, right?
Well, I guess it's gonna be who's the
somebody's
fastest.
fast, man. Somebody
Whoever
just
can-
know it out of the gates.
You gotta put, you gotta copy and
I
put.
think if somebody knows the answer, they're gonna be the first one to be able to put it in the chat.
Yeah, they'll be
Yeah,
faster.
that's what I would think so too.
Let me.
What are we going to be giving away?
You want to give it away, bro?
I don't know. I'll give them their choice of some midnight or some dirty Sprite.
Oh, nice.
Or maybe both.
Oh shit.
I don't know.
This is where we need one of those buzzers.
Shit, we need the Night Boss as a reason.
Obnoxious DJ horn.
What's the cross on
So
that?
on
Dirty
the
Sprite.
2020 ballot, how many states are trying to legalize? Just how many? You don't got to say which state.
Great question. Great question.
You can dig it. Shout out to Medical Mondays. Thank you guys for giving away some stuff on our show. Appreciate that. Thank you for coming on. It's been a cool conversation.
Appreciate you coming on the show, man.
138 people watching. Really, really, really cool.
I'm waiting for somebody to answer. No, not 5.
They're coming in now.
There we go. I hope you're in fucking
Netver
Michigan.
Downs. Is that what you're calling?
Yeah, and you guys got to be in Michigan, man.
It'll be the
I'm
first.
sorry.
It'll be the first one we got it right. That is Michigan. So
Chat is blowing the fuck down. Okay.
Netver Downs.
Yeah, and I'm pretty high, but rest assured that our giveaway packs are pretty fucking dope. We do a bad job of saying what's exactly in them.
Is 11 the number?
That's the surprise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't. I mean, People aren't disappointed. I'll just say that.
I feel you.
All right, cool. Never Down says he's in Michigan. He or she or whatever is in Michigan.
Yeah, I guess if you're on
Hopefully,
IG,
Yeah. Instagram.
hopefully not in the UP or anything.
yeah, message Medical Mondays on Instagram.
Yeah,
Congrats.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, that's
on
awesome.
Both shows
Thank you,
you
guys.
guys did that. You
It's
guys
very
gave
cool.
away that kick-ass, the glass packer on your show.
Oh,
That was cool. That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Those are sweet, man. And let's
Yeah.
try to see if you can hold one of those up and then we can
everybody
drop that
in
name in the chat.
here, everybody in here needs to go follow our boys over at Urban Pheasant. You know, they do a hell of a lot for the children. You know,
Those are so sick. Cheers
They
to Cotton
keep on
420 on those. He won that on the last show.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's actually willing to make a donation. The stipulation of winning one was making a donation to the Art Road project, which they go into Detroit public schools with art supplies and artists and give kids a chance to be creative and express themselves in an environment where they otherwise could not. So I think that's awesome. I remember art class being one of my favorite classes back in the day. And it sucks that that's no longer available to some kids. So if anybody wants to win one of these packers, just show us evidence that you made a donation. What's a fair number? $25 or more, Bert?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you guys go crazy. If somebody wants to donate $2,000, do it.
Right.
I guess we should make a post or something.
Well, I got 4 of them, so
I'm
Guys showing a lot of
down
local
for
love,
one
man.
of these things, so we'll have to talk about that after the show for sure.
yeah, or maybe we can do an auction for like a
That's a
couple
good
of
one. There you go. Yeah.
donations for.
I guess we could do it right now if people want to bid, but I mean, and really, they could. I mean, we can ship that international if people want, but it's pretty small.
Glass is
Just
easy.
glass. It's just glass.
Yeah, it's just glass. Packing tool used for rolling. You know, as you can see,
It's pretty heavy, isn't it?
and it's got a nice weight to it. You know, you can pack the weed in the ends and get it nice and tight.
We got 35 on it right now.
Yeah,
You can
Yeah,
also
BC.
you know,
I know you're
use it as
sitting there with a
dab
little
tool.
wooden dowel rod, and you want a glass one.
Dude, you know, I got the old Scubinator here, man.
donations for Flint getting water. No, it's donations for
Art Road Project.
the glass project.
Donations.
Yeah.
I think it's a great
Okay.
cause, to be honest.
Yeah, man.
I was disappointed, like it didn't happen this year. The glass project.
Well, it did, but it didn't. Like they
No.
didn't have an actual physical event, but they still took donations and had an auction.
Hashtag.
And
But I
raised
would
money.
see everybody there. It was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it didn't happen like that, but they still did something, and that's why they kick ass, man. They came up with this art capsule, so they put like all the art in capsules so that like kids could still see art and get art and not have to worry about contamination. So that was pretty sweet.
Wait to see. Drop One thinks it might be his for 35.
Yeah, like I said, Prop One, if you want to donate more than that,
Well, I'm just saying people don't need to donate yet until the bidding's done because we don't want like 20 people fucking donating and we only got 4 packers.
Or making too much sense.
yeah, but like, I don't know. I kind of do want 20 people donating, and we
You
got
can work it out. Huh?
I
would be
try.
kinda
I
cool.
try. My head hurts sometimes.
You've been smoking strong with us the whole time, man. So
I wouldn't feel bad. Sorry, I
I
swindled
mean,
you
there's,
guys.
there's only one. There's only one bid right now, and it's $35.
yeah, we'll let it run for a second. Somebody may be counting their pennies.
Yeah, man, bid against yourself, Prop One.
Like
I
the
believe
way
in you.
Get
I
36.
believe in you.
This hash is fucking smashing in my head. I'm getting pretty fucking high here.
That is
Yeah,
the
I know.
intended purpose of it.
Because this is an added feature. Not only can you pack with it, but because it's glass, you can use it as a dabber.
You could use it to light your hash on fire. Heat that rod up and then touch the hash with it. Get her smoking old school.
Get that rod up.
Glass rod, man.
I mean, you could do that too.
Oh, look at it, prop bid it up to 40. And you know what's cool is how thick that is. You know you're not gonna break that shit.
Oh, when it hit the thing, you can hear it. See, sounds good.
And
Solid.
whoever that was, I'm fucking so high right now. Does anybody remember who?
Prop one.
Netter Downs.
Oh, never down one.
What?
Yeah.
Never
Downs.
spelled NEB.
I still haven't gotten a message on Instagram.
Oh, it's NETB.
They may, you know what? Have them email
That's
you
correct.
at your Gmail account. They may
Oh,
not have
yeah,
Instagram. That may be
Medical Mondays 313 at gmail.com.
There we go.
All right, $40 I see in the chat. So
We're working.
well, that's pretty fun. Somebody in your chat said they're gonna auction a seed that they signed. Cool Cat Quinones.
A seed that they signed. Holy shit.
Oh, there's
Got a nice outdoor
It's ready.
harvest, dude.
Red, what are you showing off there?
Grape Glee. Smells like strawberry grapes, probably.
Stretch your stuff one more time.
Strawberry grapes? Mm-hmm. Maybe something like that. I have some fresh outdoor, almost ready to be sealed up and trimmed down, shaken down, sifted down, maybe washed. I might wash on my outdoor. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I'm gonna definitely keep the top choice. So far, so good, man. I'm kind of lucking out as far as like seeing any like little cotton fuzz inside the buds. I'm really hoping I don't. Got a fan blowing. So far, so good. Dude, I can't believe it. I didn't have to toss it. Compared to last year, I probably tossed 30% of my crop last year, composted. I didn't have any. I really opened up the plants this year. I really thinned them out, pruned really well. I don't know. Something different happened. Maybe it was the season. I don't know. Maybe we had a dry year. Maybe it was just really, really nice air quality. I don't know. It's a good season.
I always get my best harvest in the, it seems like in the cold. You know what I mean? If you finish when it's warm, it seems like they don't do as well. I always think I get the best harvest when it's cooler outside.
We've had probably the last four weeks have been cool weather.
Yeah.
Frost. I mean, if anything happens to like root
Oh
vegetables.
man,
I
did I miss the dab or whatever we were gonna do?
Yeah, I already did that bowl.
Only by 5 minutes. You gotta get out
I'm
there.
still trying to pack mine also. I take forever to hash time. I'm over here still.
Red takes
slowly.
forever to everything.
So yeah, like I'm pretty sure like last night, if nothing else, was for sure a frost. So what do you got? Like, do you have it in greenhouses or like is it truly outdoors?
I'm truly outdoors. I'm open air, open sun. I'm like kind of in a canopy of sunflowers and stuff like that, but it's all mostly died off at this point and harvested itself. Or I've harvested all of it at this point. But,
I was gonna say, I was
I have
like, damn,
two
it
plants left.
harvested itself. What?
That's metal,
That's
dude.
the
Squirrels.
genetics, man.
Dude, squirrels and birds.
I need a cut.
I really need that one. I want the strain to harvest itself personally because I do have two, man. They're incredibly resilient. There's two that are still, well, one and a half really, that I have yet to pull. I have a Death Star and I have this really awesome, huge purple one. It was 8 feet tall. I got it down to 3.5, 4 feet tall now. Now I just got to get the rest of that put up, but it's a process for me. I don't think they're dying off anytime soon. They're slowly dying, slowly dying off. Time to go, though. Definitely time to go.
I have plants outdoors also, but they're in a heated greenhouse. I was just scoping the GMO today, and it's all pure clear still.
I'm telling you, January,
It's gonna go for a while longer, dude.
This is gonna be like a fucking 10-pound fucking plant, dude.
It's huge. Yeah, definitely put on some weight for sure.
Did you
I got
see-
pictures. I'll put them in the chat.
Speaking of, Nebder Downs in chat said they sent you guys a message. I don't know if that means on the on your email or your Instagram. I'm not sure. But, all right, Sequence. Remember? Did you see Brandon's fucking video today of Oklahoma where his fucking froze solid outside? Froze solid.
And then his picture of the plant just shoved in his freezer.
Yeah. He's like, fuck it. It's just thrown in the freezer.
He's got all this frozen food and shit, and then there's just a plant laying on top of it all.
Did you hear? Did you hear about all the new names they're talking about naming shit out in Cali because of all the wildfires and shit? They got like barbecue, blueberry.
Oh my
Empire
God.
Kush.
I haven't heard that.
What does it taste like? Ashes?
And, oh, bro, like I'm sure it's supposed to be blueberry, but it smells like fucking fire or some shit. I don't know. Like,
Not the good kind, either the smoky kind.
They're just trying to market it, I guess.
That's all going to be in the
Cherry and hickory.
you know
Give it a
they're
month. Give it a month to be in the UK.
you know they're gonna have a fucking like strain called smoked salmon or some shit, smoked brisket with GMO.
That's good shit, dude.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah,
like
speaking
creme
of-
brulee would be a good one.
Fire OG.
Yeah, there you go. There
Pop
you
one
go.
in the chat.
Subtle one.
Barbecue blueberry.
Suck my ash. That's what I call it. Suck
Wild. I wonder how a lot of the outdoor farmers dealt with that this year.
Evacuate for some.
I'm sure the fucking ashes go for miles. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah, I saw pictures of fields covered in ashes, like it was snowing.
I couldn't imagine on the crops, man. No way.
Yeah, I don't know how you would deal with that.
You'd have to bucket wash them all if you thought you could save it. If you didn't think
I
that
saw
there was
people
actual
out there
smoke
hitting
damage.
them with
leaf blowers and stuff.
leaf blowers, yeah. And
Ugh.
then, like, if it's wet and moist, you're just pressing all that moisture right into the flower, and
Right.
who knows what you're doing with detritus and shit.
God bless them all for staying, but I think I'd be packing up and just getting the fuck out of there. I mean, how many years in a row do you have to put up with shit before you just like, fuck it?
It's different for every single one of them.
Oh, I know. Same.
But
Here, that's
growing
scary shit.
That shit hurts,
Yeah, that's scary shit. That's your life, man. That's scary shit.
I guess the way to mitigate is like if you are safe and you aren't affected by flames or anything, and it's just ash, I guess your option is greenhouse. Greenhouse is probably your best bet to help your crop. At least it's a good option for next
Cover.
season. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, though, is then, I mean, yeah, you have a greenhouse, but the greenhouse has still got to have circulation of air. You can close it up, but now you have a fucking 100% humidity inside there, and this is going to rot all to fucking pieces. So you got to vent it somehow. So then you think, okay, let's filter the air. Well, that's cool, but you got ash in the air. So now you got to change these fucking filters every fucking hour or some bullshit.
Yeah.
It's
The
not perfect, but
logistical
it's still-
nightmare.
Yeah, but it's not just, I mean, there's more to it than that, but yeah, that's still the answer is a greenhouse. I don't know how else to do it, but yeah, it's still a pain in the fucking ass.
And confirm.
But for IPM, that might be you could grow after all this shit settles down and you fucking fire those lights up and you got fucking acres and acres and acres of burnt down land around your greenhouse.
I don't think how rich the soil is going to be.
You don't have to worry about any bugs, man. There ain't no bugs for fucking miles. You should be good there.
Like the ultimate slash and burn.
Good on
That's my
passes.
positive in a shitty negative situation. I found one.
It's the old natural burn.
Man,
Uh-oh.
I'm pretty stoned.
Somebody's phone's about to die, huh?
All right, guys, I got to dip. I got to work tomorrow. But I'm going to transfer you host, Scobo. Have a great show, boys. It was nice chilling with you guys, Medical Mondays. Thank you guys for chilling with us. Sparks.
We appreciate you, man.
Have a good night,
Yeah,
Sequence.
that's
Yeah, Sequence.
sequence.
Thanks for rolling with us, man.
Thanks for making it all happen, man.
Hey, how about you, Spartan? We ask everybody else like what their first experience with cannabis was. Like, what was your first experience?
And this is one that's going to surprise some people. Hold on.
Oh, are we going back to the hippie or the farmer?
Here's my Mac one. But no, I haven't been smoking very long in the whole scheme of things. I'm 42 years old, and I've been growing cannabis longer than I've been smoking cannabis. For one, I grew it for probably a year before I ever smoked any of it. And why I smoked it was because I was seeing how I was a caregiver at the time, and I was seeing how the patients were getting such great benefit from it. I'm like, fuck it. Plus, when you're growing the plant, you just want to try it. It'd be like making a cake and letting people eat it all the time, but you never even trying it. So after that year, I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to try it. And I smoked it, got no effect, nothing. So this was probably 5 years ago, maybe. So that's
First time you ever smoked weed 5 years ago?
yeah.
Do you remember what strain it was?
Yeah,
Or
it was
what it was supposed to be?
Yeah, well, it was a strain we named ourselves because it was a bag seed of.
All right.
So we called it Lemon Dream because it was a blue dream crossed, and then the other one was a lemon something. I don't remember. And it was just okay weed. It wasn't like great or anything. Nothing really stood out on it. But I got no effects from it. And then a buddy of mine was able to get concentrates. We got wax. I got a wax pen, and I hit wax. Still no effect. What else did we do? I don't know. I just smoked bong rips, dabs, nothing. And then one time I ate it was an edible, and I think it was about 100 milligrams or something like that.
It ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah, and it did a lot of shit. I mean, it put me down, but I liked it. I thought it was great. Got super high. So I decided I'm going to make my own edibles. I was already growing, right? So who cares? So I had all trim. So I made before I even knew what I was really doing. I I looked online for a recipe to make the butter. I made those into brownies. Well, I didn't have any, I didn't want to put it in a brownie pan. I had this loaf pan, like this mini loaf pan, the brownies in that. So instead of like a brownie, it was like about the size of a mini loaf of whatever. I don't know what the wife was making at the time. So,
A brownie loaf?
a brownie loaf. Yeah. And it was so fucking good, this brownie. You know what I mean? When it came out right out of the oven, still hot and gooey and shit. So I ate that whole fucking thing before I realized that I didn't even do the math on it or anything. Well, through the whole fucking mind-bending experience, It was 1,000 milligrams roughly in brownie. And I tell you, it's possible for you to have like psychedelic experiences on just cannabis. And people think that it's not. Bullshit. Because for one, I couldn't even bear, my body was so relaxed I couldn't even fucking move. I was laying in the bed, and I can remember my mouth being so dry. And that's one thing for me. I don't know if it's with, I'm sure it's common with a lot of people, but with edibles especially, for me, it gives me dry mouth. And I remember my mouth was so dry. I was thinking in my head, I'm going to choke on my own fucking tongue, because it felt like it was so big from being dry. So I was like, I was laying in bed, and literally there's a dresser right next to me, and I have a bottle of water sitting on that dresser, you know? And it seemed like it took me 10 minutes and like all the willpower in my fucking, you know, everything I had to just to move my arm this much to grab that bottle of water and get a drink. But when I got that cold water down my throat, it was like a fucking experience, dude. It was like, I don't know. It was like, I thought I saved my own life. But after that, it was nighttime. So after that, I'm like, the room's spinning. And so I've got just the light of my cell phone that I had on that same table. I turned my cell phone on just to light up a little bit, and I could like focus on something, and the room would stop spinning. Eventually, I fell asleep. And I swear to God, I had like this weird experience to where I felt like I was floating in space, and that my whole body or my persona of myself just shattered into a million pieces, like glass, though. Like glass.
Sounds like some mushroom trip, bro.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. And this is just the cannabis edibles. All it was in there, dude.
Are you sure you didn't sprinkle some shrooms in that bitch?
Yeah.
DMT.
So it was like super important in my mind.
DMT blast off.
It was just super important in my mind or whatever at the time to capture all those shards and try to put them back together, kind of a thing. And I don't know how it happened, but it was like I, with my mind, pulled each piece together, found wherever it was and pulled it back and put it in the right spot. And then I woke up. It was fucking a trip, dude. It was crazy.
Some late such classic material here.
So yeah, that was my first. Then after that time, I could smoke a joint and be high. Now my tolerance is still really, really high, but I mean, I still get high and stuff. It's not like before where I would smoke and I'd get zero effect. It was the strangest thing. I've heard of people like, oh, the first time I didn't get high. I've heard that before, but it was like a consistent over like month period of me trying to get high. It was getting frustrating.
Yeah, I don't know. I smoked a couple of times too, and by myself twice. And I didn't get high until I smoked with like a group of people on my way home from work one day. And it was just crazy. Like, it was like I was like still a kid. It was just like a summer job. I was like 14, 15, and I worked at the corner store. And on the way home, my homies were in the park, and they were like, hey, man, hit this joint. And I was like, that shit ain't shit, man. It ain't going to get me. And, man, did it get me high. And it was like, I remember initially I really was having like somewhat psychedelic experiences with cannabis, for sure. Like, if I closed my eyes, like, I would see some trippy ass shit.
That's kind of what my search is read, like sativas. Like, I have a few of them in the vault there. Eventually I'll get to, but on the sativa side of things, I think that's where you can get into that kind of fucking high, man. You can get into the more cerebral and the more trippy kind of shit. The more sativa you get. You don't get that.
Ultra was good.
The indica just gets you sleepy, man. It just, and I love the indicas. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I fucking love them. But
You can find good, real sativa.
yeah, you got to find those. Or I'm when I say sativa, I'm just mostly talking about effects. I'm not really talking about anything else. You know what I mean? To me, a sativa effect, it's going to be a soaring high or something that changes your mood to like the ones that make you really happy. That's what I associate with like the sativas. You know what I mean? It's a whole different kind of high, I think. More like your daytime strain, I guess. You know, the sour melon from that Abolish grows that gives all that energy. It's like fucking caffeine. It's great.
Yeah, that's why I like that grapefruit diesel, man. That shit used to be good medicine for pain, and it gave me some go-go juice during the day to get off my ass and fucking be active, you know. So that, you know,
So I really
just
like
find that shit, man.
that F13, that F13 that I grew. I mean, it was like thin and wispy, and I'll never grow it again just because it's not commercially viable. It's just a waste of energy, really, to grow it. But it's heady, you know. It's really heady. It's really floral. It's kind of fishy, really, honestly.
Fish. What?
Like a sushi
Fish?
strain. Yeah,
Oh,
terrible.
God, that sounds terrible.
Terrible. Sushi strain.
That's why it wasn't commercially viable. That's what he told you at the outset.
I told you it wasn't commercially viable, man.
It wasn't because she was a wispy one.
No, and
Because she
it
was a worthy
kinda
one.
heady. It was good. Good daytime.
You got to
smoke,
concentrate
though.
it. You got to
It
concentrate.
was
You gotta
like
fucking get some
Fucking
rounds.
Saudi
in.
oil.
no way, no.
Hey, Rose, what was that?
Terrible
Hey,
idea.
What was that
Terrible
strain?
idea.
What was that strain the Midnight Roots had? It was like, wasn't it like some fish strain? What shit was that? Do you remember?
Was it really heady?
Salmon?
Was it like
And this
blast
was
off weed?
before the fires, man. And he grew it. It was, I swear it was like
Maybe
smoke.
remember that. I need like
What?
one more part of that experience to remember that memory.
What?
I need one more part of that experience to be able to remember that memory. But like I vaguely know what you're talking about. I just need another piece of the puzzle, man.
I forget the name
Other
of the
link.
strain. But it was like it was a fish strain. Like, I'm like, why would anybody name some
Jack
Greek
Mac.
actors?
Yeah.
It's so fucking crazy how you can get anything. It seems like fucking weed can be anything, man. It's like this fucking blows my mind.
This is anything, man. Yeah, you're right. Oils and waxes, dude.
Dirty
It's a
Sprite.
wild plant. It's what turns
Well,
me on.
it's-
What's the flavor on that? That Dirty Sprite.
I guess lemon lime. That's my guess.
Like it really does.
They tap out. He's gone. Man.
It really is like Sprite. Like,
See, that's a crazy thing. You wouldn't think that you would be able to find in cannabis as a terpene. The Sprite terpene.
Wow.
but it's there. It's like, and then like even
Like tickle your nose.
yeah, it tickles your nose. It's weird. And when
yeah.
you smoke it, it tickles your nose, and when you smell it, it tickles your nose. Like it's there.
There's like a little fizz to it. Yeah.
Crazy.
It's
The only
crazy.
thing that I've smoked that's even similar to that effect was that stuff that Abolish grew for a while. I think it was Autoflower. Wizard's Apprentice, maybe it was. I can't remember, but when you smoked it, it gave you like the feeling of like when you ate a spicy pepper, like that tingling on your tongue. Like
Mhm.
it was
Oh,
just like
yeah,
just
I
like that
remember that,
spicy
yeah.
shit on your tongue, and it was just like, wow, what the fuck is that? And that's a pretty rare one. That's the only thing I've ever smoked that was like that. I mean, I've never really. Weed doesn't usually make you have that spicy thing.
The Headlights has that Salisbury steak fucking terpene.
I know, it's so great. I cannot believe whoever was it. One of the girls. It was either Kate or Canna Kitten
It was kind of kid, I think.
that nailed that flavor down. I was like, I always just thought it was funky. I couldn't explain it, and she says that tastes like Salisbury steak. And as soon as she said it, like that suggestion got wormed into my head, and then it's like, yeah, that's all I smell now.
Yeah, one of our sponsors used to have a strain, and to me, it was just like meatloaf with mushroom gravy, like exactly.
There you go. You're right there with us.
That's the
man.
same kind of thing.
The same
Skilbo
taste.
holds that cut, and he grows it exact. I mean, the last time we smoked, man, I told you right to your face, it's just like I grew it too. And so, I mean, yeah.
Man,
Brings
shoot me a
that.
kite, Skillbo. Shoot me a kite.
I can do that. Yeah, that's a headband and a Northern Lights.
Yeah.
It's old school.
Those are the ones I grew early on, and when I just didn't have such a big tolerance, when I used to smoke that one, I would get that headband effect where it felt like you were actually wearing a headband or a hat, and you just took it off.
Yeah.
It still feels like it's on. You get it from that stuff, or at least I did. But now that my tolerance is so up,
no.
Mine's sunglasses. I feel like I'm resting sunglasses on my nose and on my ears.
I love it when you smoke some shit and you look at your partner and you're like, damn, man, check it out. Are you like numb right behind your ears, like where your headband would be? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, okay. And can you feel it right above your eyes? And they're like, yeah. Yeah, man. Because that's that combined shared experience of enjoying cannabis with other people, man. That's why it brings people together.
That shit. What? I was gonna say that shit that makes you fucking look for 5 to 10 minutes for something that's already in your hand.
Oh
Yeah.
I know that fucking feeling.
Where the fuck are my keys?
Or you find the fucking craziest shit in your refrigerator sometimes. Why is the fucking remote in the refrigerator?
Like for me, it happened Sunday morning. I woke up. I don't even know why, and I couldn't fall asleep. It was like 5:30 in the morning, and man, I fell down a rabbit hole about where Mike Tyson's fights all fake.
I know you sent me that video. I didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, shut the
Bro. They were like zooming in on his punches, and he's like clearly missing these punches, but the guys are like falling out and shit. It was crazy.
I've seen that in live. I mean, I remember seeing that, watching that live, saying that didn't even hit that dude, and he fucking, because they would always show the slow motion afterwards, and you could see it on the replay. Wasn't even hitting him. Yeah, I don't know. It makes me wonder. He punches so hard that the wind knocks the motherfuckers out, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be watching the fight coming up with Roy Jones Jr. But
Oh yeah, man.
That's insane.
I'm not
insane.
gonna bunker down for it.
Nah, yeah. If I can see it for free, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to mess up your guys' stream.
Yeah.
Certain website out there you can watch all that shit for free.
Yeah, I heard of it.
Up to the winner. Shout out to the winner. I got an email from our boy Dave. We're gonna be hooking it up for him. So.
Hell yeah, man!
Hell
Congratulations.
yeah.
Congratulations. That's way awesome. Thank you for that.
I mean, we do giveaways all the time, man. So if you guys are into that, fuck with us and we'll fuck with y'all. That's how we do
It's
it.
really cool. Hell yeah.
That's badass. That's what we're all about anyway, man. It's kind of what Sequence and Skillbo, and then they quickly attracted me over. And it was because of the attitude of let's not have a clique. Let's do something where everybody's fucking invited, and let's just be cool with each other and just network, and you know what I mean, and build everybody up. We can be happy for each other as everybody succeeds. There's no reason to put lines in the sand and say we're better than you and all that bullshit. We're not about that. So it sounds like you guys are just like us. So that's fucking badass.
Or I grow with bottles and you grow with fucking boxes or whatever it may be. Sure, it doesn't matter. I've always said that if we focus,
we'll disagree with each other all the time, but we're not
exactly. But at the end of the day, you know, it's like we are all into this cannabis thing. You know what I mean? However you consume it doesn't matter, and however you use it doesn't really matter. It's that it usually brings people together, you know, man. So that's why I've really, really enjoyed the show with you guys. And shout out to everybody in the chat. I see that we still have 135 people chilling with us tonight. I hope that you have really enjoyed the content. And Berg and Roach definitely bringing the cool vibes over from Medical Mondays. They started streaming tonight at 9 p.m. on their channel, and they ran until 11. They invited us on, so we joined them at 10 o'clock. We brought them over here tonight, and we've just wanted to try to get everybody in all this online cannabis community that is watching live or later on is to start to watch both of these shows together and get that 4-hour block, man. Monday is a hard day to come back to work. You need to unwind. And what better way than to sit down and just fucking enjoy yourself and have some good laughs, smoke weed for 4 hours. Sounds like a great way to end a Monday to me.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's fucking awesome. It's like
And you might win some free shit.
I'm telling
No
you, there
shit.
you go.
I always wake up Tuesday high still.
Means you did it up right. Exactly.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah. See, because I love it says best community, same people in all these chats. You're all rock. Exactly.
That's the other thing I love about working in the cannabis community too is that you don't got to worry about this test, man.
Dude, wait a minute. Did I shame Abolish into changing his Fiona Apple?
Oh shit, you did, dude. I didn't even
Two
know
words.
that.
Two words.
Oh,
Keep it
yes.
simple.
Fill you guys in. You don't understand.
I was waiting for
Abolish Farms.
I was dying earlier.
He had this name that was like literally this long on the fucking chat box. It was
So like it would be really super hard for somebody to fucking tag him, you know?
yeah. So he
So
should-
his name would be like 3 lines. And
Yeah,
then
2 lines, and then there's like one word for the message
and
in the
he'd
second
say,
line.
okay. It'd be like, okay. It'd take up the whole chat.
yeah. You only get like 4 characters because all the rest.
See, Roach, that's in spirit of Roach right there. You just got to get him sometimes, right?
Sometimes, man, you really do. Yeah, that's kind of part of the theme of Medical Mondays. We're the unofficial. I feel like sometimes we accomplish what Laura and the MRA have attempted to do, which is, put some information out there for the patients and now the rec users so that they can make informed decisions on brands and products and methods of consumption and venues and everything. Quarantine kind of screwed up events and everything, but a regular segment on our show too. So we've definitely tried to bring the community closer together. In fact, I know we helped the Flint Detroit beef that was kind of a thing there for a minute. Yeah, man. I don't know. It was a thing, man. People were like really against each other, it seemed, when we first started the show. There was like apprehension to,
worries, unnecessary worries, yeah,
and all of that. And man, we've always shown people a good time if they were willing to have it. So.
And I think when you mix cannabis in, that kind of helps build those bridges, man. It makes it fucking easy. You know what I mean? So, like your guys' story, man. Same fucking thing, man. You guys kind of had a beef, and then when you got to fucking get that blunt in between you guys, and you can fucking just hash that shit out, and it fucking just works out. That's when we use the plant the right way. It just fucking brings everybody together. And I don't know.
El Rocho,
It's the whole society. I mean,
yeah.
That's the way the society is built, man. They try to divide us. That's fucking.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
so there's always,
man, but like me and Bird have met so many different people and personalities with cannabis too, just being together.
Yeah.
Like so many one-off chance meetings and interactions with people that, like, for no other reason would we have even like known. And it's not like just some weird thing. It's like, like a really cool fucking look into like being human with other people.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not just about getting high and stupid shit. So
I think being high or whatever like that is really just the way to break down walls, man. It's like it kills everybody's ego. It's not a one-up thing at that point. Everybody just is fucking chill, relax, and can just be real, It's just always It's great doing this over Zoom, but it's like a million times better if we could just sit in the same
Sit
room
around the table. Yeah, man.
and pass the joint and share the same experience. That's the magic right there.
For
That's
sure.
what's cool about your show. Before you guys were forced into using Zoom like this, you know, was the actual in the room shit. You know what I mean? Because you just can't replicate it with these kind of things.
Well, Medical Monday started off with Olin Ezra. Shout out to our boy Olin
Oh, yeah.
at tapdetroit.com. They used to be, they're still around, but it's not owned by Olin anymore. But Olin started off Medical Mondays, and he ended up stopped doing it, and then somebody else took over, Johnny Reinhardt, and he ended up. It's like a long story. Long story short, anyway, I was a guest. He invited me to fucking be the co-host because he liked the episode. Blah blah blah, and that motherfucker had differences with the station, so he ended up having to leave, and I took over, and I just try to fucking build bridges and fucking. There's plenty of people that have benefited off the show that that we don't even fucking see anything from, which I'm not even looking for. I'm like, there's so many people out there trying to be influencers. Like, don't take what I say as me trying to fucking influence you in any way. I'm one person giving my opinion about something. You know what I mean? And if you want to come on our show and you don't like what we have to say about your product or how you're portraying yourself online, so on and so forth, we apologize, but I hate when people are trying to call us negative. You know what I'm saying? We had one show where asshole came on our show and fucking they don't even know what we've been through throughout the years. You know what I mean? How much positive, we've already done. And one show he wants to come on, and basically 90% of what we said about this motherfucker, I'm not even saying his name. He's not even worth being said.
Whoa.
90% of what we said is like people who tuned into the fucking show. It was like comments that were in the chat, or fucking were sent to the fucking Medical Mondays IG page. We were reading comments.
Yeah, like, and that's what I'll say. Like, that's kind of the beauty of the show. At least what I like is that it's not just like me and Berg and we have an agenda that we're trying to hammer out. Like, it's really driven by the community and the viewers. Like, people send us stuff, and
like there's so much shit. There's so much shit that we could have said about this motherfucker on the fucking show, or put it out there that people don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know how far we could have went.
Yeah, if we were looking to embarrass or exploit or humiliate, we definitely had ample opportunity to do so, and we didn't. I feel like we really just give people a chance to show who they are, and we give the community a voice through us. Like, if people DM us stuff or something they're concerned about, you know, we try to reach out and resolve the situation or look into it deeper and see what's going on. You know,
And any memes that me or Roach make, we post on our personal shit. We never like even put it on the show IG or anything. Cool.
yeah, so like the show, we kind of try to promote and give a platform to the community, but like on our private page, we definitely talk about it, a hell of shit.
You guys need a Patreon. Fucking put all that shit in there.
There you go. Subscribe.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I guess, man, we probably should cash out. But I'm enjoying, you know, having a soul for the moment.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look at you getting ready to twist up a nice one.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Well, I gotta say, man, like that DMAC joint that I lit at the beginning of the show. I don't know if you guys were watching Medical Mondays, but it wasn't a high THC, but yeah, it has CBD in it, and you know, I got a pretty high tolerance, so it wasn't doing much for me.
It
But
was 16.26 THC, and CBD was only 0.81 CBD.
yeah, so I've been like hitting it in between all the other shit that I've been smoking. So it's been keeping me kind of level, but I do feel like high as fuck still. So I don't know.
You have had a Medical Monday for sure, man.
Yeah, the weed hangover on Tuesday is the best for sure.
Best part's about staying up late.
And I keep thinking to myself, what do I have to do at work tomorrow?
Usually it's trim some bullshit, you know.
No, today, yeah, I don't think I have to trim or anything, so I think I'm good, man. I can just
Nice.
and white so these eyes closed.
Does anybody in the chat have any questions for them before the end of the show? If you do, drop them in the chat. I'll try to get those answered for you, man. And at the same time, show them some love. Not just right now in the chat and by listening to what they have to say, but go check out their show. Like I said, go over to Medical Mondays, drop a subscription to them, and then watch that show Monday at 9. When that shit goes off, just slide over here, and you can really turn around and get doubly baked during these periods with us.
Shout out to all the Medical Monday fam that came over and Prop One. I seen Julia still in here.
I've seen a lot of different faces for sure.
Exactly.
I gotta sneak
welcome
away.
all the fans.
I'll be right back.
New names, avatars.
See, Red and I on the late sets just come on here and kick it about whatever. Sometimes it's growing, sometimes it's aliens, sometimes it's weed of yesteryear.
Wait a minute, you guys talk about aliens?
Oh,
What?
it's a red setter, man.
All right, man, I'm coming.
You coming back?
I'm coming back, bro.
Okay,
you guys
come on
are.
in.
Next time you talk about aliens, somebody slide me a DM.
Do you guys ever talk about pyramids?
We go all the way down the rabbit hole in the wormhole.
The Great Pyramid?
We haven't yet, but we should.
Good.
I think we should get into it.
Well, I'm just
We should,
saying,
we should talk about the Great Pyramid.
All of us stoners watch the same.
We can
shit
talk about it
when
now.
we
It's
get
that
blazed
time.
out. It is that time. Fuck it. We got 15 minutes. Let's dig into it, fellas.
What do you got about the Great Pyramid? I think they were superconductors.
There's so many, dude. There's a channel that is on YouTube that is kind of level-headed about shit, and it's called Ancient Architects. Anybody ever watch that one? They do a lot of videos on all about the Giza complex and shit. It's pretty dope. See all the aliens showing up in the fucking chat right now. Everybody knows that's part of our people that have the green names. They can use different emojis and shit in the chat. And one of them they made is the alien thing for red.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Those pyramids, man, they kind of seem like, for lack of a better term, like airports.
I don't know, man. The last thing that I seen was like fucking. They were saying that the Great Pyramid was like a power source or some shit. It was crazy because back in the day it was covered with limestone. The peak of it was a fucking solid gold fucking triangle. You know, just how the fucking all the caverns and everything are on the inside. Fucking when you look at fucking Tesla's fucking blueprints and shit, you could basically like almost like set up one side of one of Tesla's fucking power coils that he was trying to build for that dude that backed out at the last minute. What's his name?
JP Morgan.
I'm so fucking high right now.
Roach, what you got?
Love it, man.
Roach is the one
I
that
know where
jumped
you're
out in
going
the
with
street and said he wanted to talk about aliens. So let's
Yeah,
get
man.
But
man.
What do you guys think about
who else
that?
would know how to?
Dude.
Who else would know how to fucking build that way back in the day? You know, supposedly we're supposed to be some fucking, you
Came out of
know,
the Stone Age, bro.
yeah, exactly.
They say that they think
Tesla had
Yeah,
that
they think
perpetual
that-
energy.
there's actually evidence, scientific evidence, that we are the fifth time now that the civilization has shrunk to almost extinction and had to rebuild itself. We're on the fifth time of that right now. So who knows? We might not even be the most advanced humans have ever been.
What if people like use fucking dinosaurs to build the pyramids?
Possible.
They say,
Dude,
Build the
very
pyramid.
possible.
so,
No, I
Very
was gonna say,
possible.
Red said it. They're not that old.
No.
So how about this? The Sphinx.
Who says dinosaurs are that old? I mean,
The Sphinx is way the fuck older than the pyramids around it. In fact,
You're talking Robert Ball, Graham Hancock on
Yeah.
aging, and talking about Robert Schock with the water erosion.
Bro,
Yeah, it's all water erosion.
They say the Sphinx is way older than the fucking pyramids.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
The
yeah.
erosion,
If you
most
look
of the
at-
erosion was from water, is what it says.
If you
Well,
look
the
at
Nile
what was built out of
supposed
it,
to be like so much closer way back in the day. It was supposed to be some oasis around that area.
look at this. We are
The,
4 minutes into the alien talk, and it is blowing up in chat.
the Maltese Islands. Here's a
Who's
good one.
blowing up?
The
The
chat is
Maltese
blowing up
Islands.
with this, man. They love
Yeah.
this.
The
Yeah,
Maltese
medical-
Islands are loaded with.
follow us. Genetic.
so what do you
memory.
guys think about the Anunnaki connection to cannabis?
I don't know the link on that one.
Yeah, I haven't heard the connection to cannabis specifically.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know. You kind of got to already know a little bit about the Anunnaki. So, you know, alien
do.
race. They came here and brought technology and procedures and helped civilize the savage man, I guess. So basically, cannabis is named after where they're from, which is like the dog star Sirius, and it's it was a gift from the Anunnaki goddess as the medicine to heal us from everything. That's why
That'd be
we
Anana.
have the endocannabinoid system, and our body is already attuned to reap all the benefits from cannabis, because that's how the Anunnaki engineered us.
The only problem is they've already found evidence that cannabis has been here like
Is this from Hermetic texts?
tens of thousands of years before us even. So it was here way before we were even here. So yeah, I mean, it still could have been given to them as a gift, or even shown, hey, use this plant that's growing right here. That would still fit the story.
Yeah.
It could have been here.
But cannabis was definitely here before we were.
Could have
So
been.
like the fact that the holy anointing oil has like 9 pounds of fucking cannabis in it.
Well, yeah, they don't fuck around. It's
They
supposed to,
ain't fucking around back then.
if you want to see God, it takes at least 9 pounds.
Yeah.
That's all,
it
Brad.
Do you guys fuck around with Twitch too?
I don't.
No.
I mean, I know of it. I used to watch a couple shows on it, but I don't fuck around with it.
Yeah, I've only watched. I've never like uploaded or
Never
anything.
broadcast on it now.
Somebody in the chat's talking about check out MBGS on Twitch.
Yeah, we have one that has our old content on it that we were streaming.
Oh, all right.
No, they have abolished and sequenced, and then sometimes stream when they game on there too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. There you go. They're saying, did we even land on the damn moon? I did see today the big news with that they did find water on the moon, so that's kind of fucking cool.
What?
They found water
Yeah.
on the moon today.
I saw that too.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Did you see how they found it? They shot lasers from
Yeah.
here. They shot lasers from here at some hydrogen and found out that it was suspended in liquid.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'll take your word for it. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't know why we haven't built a colony there. I'm like, whatever, man.
Just-
I don't
We
even-
need to build a colony here on this fucking
We
planet.
only have eight. I don't even want to
They-
start.
They are keeping us off of the moon.
There you go. It's a big black monolith on the moon then.
There's the dark side of the moon that you never get to see.
Man.
Not what it seems.
That's okay. So here we go. We'll go a little deeper. So I wish I could remember all of the names and stuff so it would be easily be found. But anyhow, there's this famous psychic back in the day that caught the attention of the government, United States government, because he could remotely go places. I forget what that is called.
Remote viewing?
Yeah, remote viewing or whatever. So they locked it. They
Who just
So they're-
read it?
no telekinesis would be able to move objects.
Move shit.
Yeah. So anyhow, they lock him in this room.
Teleportation.
They're well, no, because his body stays in the same place. But
This Casey? Edgar Casey?
Transcendence.
no, he's not going. No, because that'd be like leveling up. He's not doing that.
Leveling up.
So
you help me out here, chat.
so anyhow,
Yeah, Edgar Casey. I
they
thought.
said,
I
Chat's
fucking
killing
thought-
it. It said Walter Mercado. Oh no, never mind.
Mercado.
Anyhow, they tested this dude. They locked him in this room. They said, okay, there's an envelope in the next room, and there's a letter in it. Read it to me. Boom, he passes flying colors. They run him through all these fucking tests, right? The interesting part, fast forward. The interesting part, he passes all their bullshit. So they were trying to use him to try spy on the enemy and stuff like that. Well, they asked him one time. They said,
Astral projection.
that's what it is, astral projection. Yes.
Thank you,
So-
Shroud.
They basically asked him, do you think what's the extent?
That makes so much more sense now.
So then they asked the dude. They said, "All right, so what's the extent of your powers? Could you go outside this world? Like, could you, for example, go to the moon and see what you could see there?" He goes, "Sure." So he popped into the moon. And he comes back and reports that he didn't see anything on this side of the moon, but on the dark side of the moon there was what looked like a space station of some sort with otherworldly beings walking around and humans, like both. And what was the other thing? Oh, I think they asked him if he could go further. And I forget the rest of the story. Something about the sun. I just don't remember. I'm too fucking high, but at least the important part was that that's on the dark side of the moon. They got a fucking base up there. That's what's up there.
So how many of us are actually astral projecting when we are dreaming?
Well, a lot of us probably do that subconsciously, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That would explain deja vu and stuff like that, maybe.
Oh, just sitting up. He's back in the conversation. What you got?
Once you astral project yourself forward or backward through the different times.
Okay, but see, at a certain point though, and we talked about this on Medical Mondays too, though. Like, if you really though examine what's going on, sometimes it's nothing. I'm not saying that there's nothing else to life, but I feel a lot of times when people get turned up when they see something or they believe they've had some kind of experience, it really was just something else.
I agree that can happen, but I also agree that things like when you have a guy locked in a room and you go put a fucking note in an envelope and seal it, you put it in another room and shut that door, and then he tells you what's on that fucking note without either door opening or closing or him moving. I don't know. That's pretty tough.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It's all public record. You can look it up in shit. I say this shit, but I can't provide any links. So
It's just all speculative.
Google that shit, man. I swear it's out there.
Well, Eddie Bravo, right?
Freedom of Information Act.
Everyone should look up the Doc Ellis no because that's pretty funny. I don't want to get into it, but that's a funny. It's a funny one.
Oh, the LSD thing.
Yeah, Doc Ellis and his no hitter.
Yeah,
no hitter on LSD.
Blown out.
Yeah,
it can be done.
Well, what do you guys think about Ann Arbor decriminalizing?
I think it's great.
Or legalizing.
Yeah, we got into it. We got into it over here.
So what did they do? Decriminalize?
Yeah, they pretty much
countywide. They didn't decriminalize. They just priority. They won't enforce it.
They lowered it to the bottom, so nobody They said that the prosecutors and everything even said that they won't even prosecute.
They took that countywide too, which is huge. It's huge.
The only thing you have to remember is that's all on the caveat that that's the only thing you did wrong. If you do something else wrong and then you happen to have mushrooms, they're gonna fucking slap that on top of it. Like fucking.
Oh yeah.
Well, the big one is like Ibogaine.
That's the one you can use for addiction. That's why.
Yeah. Ibogaine therapy. I mean, that's like the huge one. Like they're really, really pushing for. Right. So.
People have opiates.
Yes, and then PTSD and just all forms of sorts of different types of trauma that ayahuasca and psilocybin can help with, and then whether or not they're going to include ergot alkaloids, that would be like LSA or LSD or anything like that.
What about DMT? Because ayahuasca, isn't that similar?
Yeah, that would be similar, and I'm sure.
I think all of that stuff is legit in Washington.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all legit in Washington right now. Yeah, they haven't really gotten into specifying it all, so as far as I know. But yeah, they went countywide with it, which is really good. I mean, lowest priority, and it should be. I mean, as long as we're sovereign adults, I'd imagine. We're all responsible. We're allowed to we're allowed to vote. You're right. We're allowed to do other crazy things. We're allowed to have a truck. I went and purchased enough. I could purchase enough alcohol, I suppose, if I wanted to flick a cigarette in the back and put a crater in my garage. But I'd rather not do that or purchase enough of that. But I mean, I could if I wanted to. Buy out a liquor store.
Yeah, legally,
totally legally. Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not allow it? Obviously be responsible about it. And if you're using it for therapy and it's helping, that's the most important thing. I mean, we haven't really advanced in mental health in 40 years, 50 years, much. I mean, that's, I think, our biggest thing. And the other part of our issue is our food industry and all the way. That's a totally different rabbit hole. But I think that totally plays a big part in, the gut is totally attached to the mind, with serotonin, and it's a direct attachment.
But you're playing all our greatest hits right now.
Oh yeah. Well, I know. Right. Yeah, totally. But I mean, that's the way it goes, and that's the way it grows. We feed ourselves naturally and and better, you know, would be happier and overall, you know, smoke the herb and just, you know, feed our minds right, you know, and you know, if microdosing is helping an ex-veteran who fought for our country and is a sovereign, you know, citizen and who fought for freedom and comes back and should be free to be able to therapeutically not have to take prescription medication, who's got to have like another prescription for a side effect with another prescription for a side effect that's possibly an opioid that's probably addictive and doing harsher things, you know. I mean, I think it's better off to be able to take a nice natural
Yeah,
medicine.
because I mean that's what the whole point of it is for people to microdose, not eat a fucking quarter and trip balls in the fucking.
And the thing is if you do eat a quarter and trip balls, you're probably not going to do it for like another 6 months. And you're going to know to stay away from that amount of
Not to be
mushrooms, you know,
trifled,
which is a lot. I mean, it's kind of hard to gag that much down, to be honest, man.
And by doing the decrim thing, you can get people that are experts and good like trip sitters or an actual, you know, maybe even a psychologist in there. They could really do some real good work, you know, and be a bad.
Standby EMTs, the whole nine, you know.
But I gotta get out of here, guys. It's fucking late for me, and I gotta be up in the morning. So
man.
Guys, it was like fucking like no big deal. It was like you guys just are part of the team already. It's like
exactly.
Man, it was awesome.
Spartan, I think you're the host right now, aren't you?
I'm what?
I think he made you the host right now.
Am I the host?
I think so. I think you're the one that has to end the live stream to get us out of here.
I don't know how to do that. Just to end.
All right, well, while you're trying to figure that out, man, I'll remind everybody to go to Medical Mondays podcast on YouTube and follow, subscribe. You can watch all our old shows. You can watch these guys on our show and various other motherfuckers on our that have been on our show, and a lot of cool growers and brands and, you know, all the elements of cannabis. So check us out. And thanks for having us, guys. You were awesome.
Still, when we were just audio, you know, like an actual podcast, you can still go on tapdetroit.com and like listen to it. And you'd be surprised who came on the show too.
Big names.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. I just want to say thanks for doing it, man. Thanks for, you know, bridging the gap, reaching out with us. I think we've all made some new friends, and I just can't wait to burn one down with you guys eventually when the time presents itself.
Sure.
Go, well, you're the host now.
I am the host now. So there you go. Now you can take off, Spartan. You want to give your shout out at the end here?
Come on, good. Just grows love, everybody. It was awesome hanging with you guys. And I'll see y'all next week.
Thanks, Spartan.
All right, sure.
Hit it, brother. So, do you want to give a shout out to all of your sponsors on your program real quick for everybody?
Oh man, you want to do it, Berg? I'll take a shot at it. Man, we've had a bunch of sponsors throughout the years, but our current roster is Honeybee Extractions, Native Made 313, Western Tobacco, Michigan Terp Farms, and LabelMyBud.com.
Label my motherfucking. Come on, you gotta do it right.
Label my
motherfucking bud.
Thank you, Bird.
And you know, they kind of all represent different aspects of what the community needs.
That's what Manny D is saying. So,
yeah, it's pretty awesome. We got growers, we got processors, we got a tobacco shop. Man, we've definitely even had like attorney, print shops, everything, man. You know, we try to be all inclusive. We really do.
And I would like
an
to
abundant industry.
Say thanks to, let me see if I can do this. It was Jamie and C Murder and Rick for our show.
So cool meeting those guys.
Show,
yeah, it was really awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, very thankful to be on the same panel as all those guys, man. It's really cool.
So as part of this 4-hour block, now if you guys go over to check out Eagle's show, Talking Shit with Eagle. You should be on or coming on real soon. And you can go get even more baked over there. And I know that a lot of people in this chat will be over there. So, you know, it's awesome, man. Personally, I'm really glad to have finally been able to meet both you guys. And you're rad, man. I dig your show. I like your vibe.
You guys as well, man.
Yeah, I have to second that, man. I'm really happy that I got to meet you guys. It's been an awesome pleasure, man. Thanks for including us on your show, including me on your show. Thanks for jumping on our show, jumping over here. It's been great, man. I mean, this time has flown by. It's been fucking few hours.
Yeah, we said we were only going to stay an hour, and
like I know now you guys have been streaming since 9.
That, man. Yeah, man, you guys really stuck it out with us.
Fucking warriors.
Full marathon for you guys.
All right, man. Now I need something to eat though, man. So,
exactly. Yeah. I'm going to Crush Food too. So do you guys want to shoot them to your Instagram on the way out?
No, I mean whatever. You can shout yours out, Roach.
I mean definitely, man. Go follow Medical Mondays. But my personal account is Romeo_Roach, and that's Roach with an E, like whatever it says down here or whatever. You know, so follow me.
Exactly. Red.
I don't know, man. And whatever Berg is, man.
Whatever.
You guys know.
Fuck it.
Is it Romeo El Rocho?
Yeah.
Well, if you go to Medical Mondays and follow that, links to both of our pages are always in every post. So
see,
just do that.
Red.
Yo.
Medical Mondays. Medical Mondays. That's it.
How you do it right there.
I want to give Medical Mondays a shout out.
Medical Mondays.
Yeah. No, yeah. Seriously, guys. It's been a great show. I really appreciate it. It's been a great few hours hanging out with you guys. Getting a chance to meet you, learn about your friendship, and join our friendship and become friends, man. It's been really cool. Everybody can check me out at Red Setter Farm on Instagram, here on YouTube, Michigan Bros Grow Show. Find me at New Standard Hazel Park. Come up there and grab some premium Michigan grown cannabis if you're a medical patient or an adult rec user, consumer from out of state. We even accept out of state driver's license. So yeah, come on, check that place out. So on the top ends in Hazel Park. So anyways, that's all I got for you, Scobo.
That's it.
I'm blown out, man. I've been smoking for 3 hours.
Yeah, man.
Probably 5 hours. What have I been doing today, man? I've been working on plants all day. I've been ripped. Smoking all day.
Stay high.
Hey, Bird. I think Red Setter Farms wants something.
What? He wants something?
Yeah, man. He's right there in Hazel Park, man. I'll hit him up.
Man. There you go.
That's far as fuck for me, man. You're over there, ain't you, Roach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll meet up with you somewhere, dude. Totally.
Got you, man.
I'm out that way like 2-3 days a week.
Some unnamed Tim Hortons.
There you go.
Along the way.
I'm down, dude. I'm totally down. I'm down for a swap.
For sure.
Other than that, before we get out of here, if you enjoyed the content, make sure you drop a like on the way out. Otherwise, come back through Sunday nights at 9 p.m. for the Bro Show Live. And last but not least, before you start watching our show next Monday night at 11, slide over to Medical Mondays at 9 p.m.
Motherfucking